Hi, I'm Super Sue Finneron, and this is Get Your Shit Together. Of course, SHIT is an acronym for Success, Health, Inspiration, and Transformation. And today I have with me a very good friend of mine, the fabulous Ocean Varney. Welcome, Ocean.
Hey.
So, Ocean and I wanted to talk to you about something that's very near and dear to our hearts these days, and that is the dreaded aging. In some cases it's fantastic, and in other cases it just is horrific.
Is it fantastic though?
Well, mentally it kind of is.
Yeah, mentally it's pretty cool, but you know, everything else, let's face it, it is the shits. I'm serious.
It's true. Your skin gets really ugly. You get little... maybe I should show you. Yeah, screw it. I'm taking off the sweater. You're going to see what happens. See, in here you get this horrible little icky skin thingy. Well, and then you get the HUDD, the hanging underarm dingle dangle.
Dude, that's nothing. I will never ever wear sleeveless again.
Well, there's fabulous ladies on YouTube that say if you do, all these exercises, I must. Oh, no, not that one. So, but recently you had kind of a interesting story that I kind of wanted you to share if you felt like sharing.
I'll share it.
Oh, good.
I don't know if it was like more of a nightmare than anything else. So basically, I'll just jump right into it. I've been helping my dad clean his barn all day. I'm sweaty, I'm dirty, I'm tired. It's kind of late morning, early afternoon, which is obviously for any of you women out there who drive a car, the worst sunlight to look in your rearview mirror.
When we see all those whiskers. So keep tweezers in your car. There's a life hack tip.
Totally, I have some everywhere. So I'm driving along, and I actually feel a little twitch in my cheek, like a little, and I'm like, oh, that's weird. And I just happened to glance up into my rearview mirror, and I'm like, whoa! I'm like, that is weird. I'm like, what's happened to my face? Because I've caught sight of myself in the mirror, and this side of my face, the eyelid is quite droopy, like it's drooping, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening to me? So I'm driving, and I glance up again, and I got to give you a little example. It kind of looks like this.
Oh,
I don't know if you can see that or not. We might have to do a close-up. Let me get it back up there.
You could do the John Candy 3D.
So I'm driving along, and I instantly think to myself, what the fuck just happened to me? And I can feel the panic rising in me, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I just had a mini stroke, or I had Bell's palsy or something, and I'm driving and I'm starting to like hyperventilate, and I glance in my rearview mirror again, and I'm like, oh my god. So I pull over. This is like,
and I know I shouldn't be laughing.
I pull over because I am seriously freaking out, and of course the first thought I have is of my children, because one of them is at a friend's house, and I'm just like, I don't even know what to do. Obviously I need to drive straight to the hospital. I don't even know if I'm thinking straight. So I phone my sister, and I'm like, listen, I'm going to need you to pick up my son. He's at this place. I am now driving to the hospital. I believe I've had a stroke. And she's like, should you be driving? And I'm like, I don't even know what else to do right now. And I hang up, and I keep driving, and I'm like, I'm driving. Should I be driving? And I'm just like, I'm like, I'm doing okay. I'm going to make it. And I feel like if I pull over and phone an ambulance, it's going to take too long. Like, obviously I'm not thinking straight. So I get a couple more blocks, and I'm about to make the turn off to the hospital. And I look in the rearview mirror again, and I'm like, not only is my face effed up, but I just look like I have been rolling around in the dirt, in the cobwebs. Yeah, I was. I've been cleaning out my dad's barn, and I'm like, I'm going to go to the hospital. I'm probably going to be there for like who knows, maybe I'm going to die. I'm going to be there for a couple days. I'm dirty. This is horrible. And I take a quick left, and I drive home to wash my face and change my shirt.
Because there might have been a cute doctor there.
I was just like, I don't even know. I think the panic in me was just like,
Did you have on clean underwear?
probably didn't even have underwear on, let's face it, Sue. But I was like, I can't go there like this. This is going to be a nightmare. So I go home and I'm washing my face and I'm like trying to be as quick as possible. And, you know, I'm kind of like, I think my panic attack is subsiding and that's good. I'm like, this is a really good sign. And then I'll like look up in the bathroom mirror and I look at my face and I'm just like, oh, and I'm just like, the panic rises again. So my sister calls me and she's like, what the fuck's going on? Like, where are you? And I'm like, I came on to wash my face. And she's like, what? I'm like, I'm washing my face and then I'm going. And she's like, you need to go right now, Ocean. And I'm like, I'm leaving right now. And she's like, how are you feeling? And I'm like, I am not feeling good and I'm not looking good. And she's like, but you sound okay. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I do sound okay. I'm like, that's good. I sound okay, but I look in the mirror and I'm like, the side, my mouth is drooping. I'm like, this left side of my face. And she's like, send me some pictures. So now I'm like taking these like really close-up pictures of me with no makeup on after I've washed my face. I'm like very red. I'm really quite panicky. And so I text these pictures to my sister and there's like complete silence. And I'm like, what? I'm like, do you have them? And she's like, she's like, these are very revealing. And I'm like, yeah, they're revealing. I'm like, look at me. And she's like, I am looking at you. And she goes, are you sure you're not okay? And I go, what? And she goes, you just kind of look like you always look. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, what are you saying? And she's like, okay, you look tired. You look a little puffy. She's like, you're a little dehydrated maybe. She's like, you do look tired. She goes, but you kind of look like yourself. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, are you sure? And she's like, I'm sure. And I'm like, oh. And then I'm like, all of a sudden it hits me. I'm like, oh my God. She's like, I don't think you need to go to hospital. I'm like, you don't? And she's like, no, I don't think so. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I almost went to the fucking emergency room because I'm aging. Like, I don't know what they would have been like, I'm sorry, miss, you're just ugly.
No, not ugly, just becoming more mature. More learned. Can you imagine going to emergency, telling them you thought you had a stroke because...
I seriously was, I completely thought I had a stroke. So then the next thing my sister says to me is she's like, when was the last time you got Botox? When I was like, I was like, I think I'm overdue. And she's like, yeah.
But now you haven't had any done recently.
Oh, well, I mean, what's recent?
Like in the last 6 months.
Oh yeah, I have. What do you think I did right after? I was like, I need an appointment.
But you do it so well that you can't really tell, I think.
That's because basically...
You can tell. I can
tell. But basically that's because I don't have enough money to go overboard, so I'm only able to afford a little bit of like maintenance. But trust me, if I was rich, I'd look like a cat. I would.
It's just not a good look. I'm glad you're not rich and can't afford it. They tell us to embrace the gray hair and the wrinkles and the I'm not ready to go gray. No.
Yeah, I've talked to a couple of friends about it, and honestly, there's some websites out there and there's some people that are like really super positive about their experience of aging, and I mean, mostly when I read that stuff, I think like, I'm like, I feel like it's fake. Like, suck it.
Oh, like they're just trying to make themselves feel better? So
I don't know what they're trying to do, but they're not making me feel better. I am not buying into that whole thing at all.
Do you know how many videos there are about how to do makeup and how to make your dress younger and how to do on YouTube? It is insane. Like, it's a whole business.
Look, I don't even go on YouTube because I just don't. I would spend hours there.
Yeah, as I probably do. But yeah, no. So what's the worst part about it for you? Is there a single thing that stands out?
All of it? Yeah, thinking that I've had a stroke when I'm just normally driving home in my car.
Do you think it's harder for people that are, and this is going to sound horrible, but for people that are better looking or have made...
Bring it on, Sue. Yes, I am. Yes, it is so much harder for me. No, I think it's actually pretty much sucks for everyone, including men. And I don't know how much people dwell on it or think about it, but I really don't know how you can, physically, it bites. There's no two ways about it. And, all I can say is I'm full of regrets about not exercising.
Not going to the hospital after my mini stroke.
I'm seriously.
Okay, strokes are not a laughing matter, but that one is.
Yeah, seriously full of regrets for not exercising more when I was younger.
But I've exercised since I was God knows how old.
Yeah, and your body looks better than mine.
No, but it's still not that shit hot, trust me.
So I know this is a Get Your Shit Together show. I'll probably never get my shit together. I definitely am not here to offer any advice on how to get happy with it.
No, we just wanted to say it sucks and suck it up, buttercup, deal with it, because it's not getting any better.
You're not sucking it up. I am going down, bawling into my pillow every night. I am never gonna,
No, you're not.
I am. I hate it. I hate it. And what's more is I hate everybody that's good at it.
Do you think that there's any part of it that you embrace?
Oh, I'm so wise. So wise.
So much so that you almost drove to emergency.
I'm wise in other ways. I'm like an aged old guru woman. Come to me, my children.
I wish we could age backwards, so that when you were older, you made all the money, and then by the time that you were like in your 20s, you had money to go, and the fitness level and the body and the beauty to go do everything that you wanted to do.
Yeah, I seriously wish there was another 10 years in between like 30 and 40. Like I wish that was like actually 20 years young.
That's true. Yeah. We would just stop aging.
Just like I just wanted another decade.
So basically what we're saying is all those people that are telling you that it gets better, Oprah, you're full of it.
Sure, some things get better.
Yes, yeah, I think your mind.
Yep.
Your mind is the only thing. Isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. No, it's even worse.
No, but how your thought process, and that you don't worry about as much. You don't worry about what other people think as much.
No, you don't. For sure, I worry about wearing shorts and what people would think about that. But right now, yeah, it's an odd time. I think we could probably discuss it further, because I think there's like all sorts of interesting emotions that are associated with aging, and like.
Well, of course, there's the big M word.
What's that?
Menopause.
Oh, for sure.
And now I've been very fortunate in that I haven't had really, maybe Dave would disagree. I don't believe I've had any symptoms, or very subtle if I have. But I have heard some horror stories out there. So if you've had some aging horror stories, be sure to leave them in the comments. Because we want to know. Share your pain with us. Right?
Yeah, none of the positive stories.
No, we want to hear your pain.
Just bring on the shame. Well, that was depressing. Thanks for having me.
We hope that you feel better about not feeling great about getting old. Because you're not alone.
Unless you do, then bless you.
But don't comment, because we don't want to hear from you.
Suck it.
We don't believe you. Well, thank you for joining us on this hot topic of aging. We will probably come back. I hope Ocean will come back and we'll talk more, because sometimes it's just fun to.
Yeah, I'm going to get naked for you next time. We're going to circle my problem areas.
Hey, everybody has them. Really. Everybody has something about themselves that they hate. Mm-hmm. And some of us have more than one thing. But yeah, we thank you very much for joining us. We hope to see you again. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, give us a thumbs up, and tell us your aging horror stories or what you hate most about aging. And we'll see you again on Get Your Shit Together. Thanks, Ocean.
It's the best.